Alright, so here is a little update on the Corvette. We replaced these bushings, installed grade 8 bolts here. They slide all the way through. New bolt here. And then we got the drive shaft installed. So we got the slip yoke, and it's not a long drive shaft by any means, but they're 1310 U-bolts, U-joints, and man, it is tight in there. But one thing that is different with this setup, with the LS swap and the T56 transmission, the factory one, this slip yoke would be like back here with the U-bolts. So with that up here, when you're taking the drive shaft off, you're going to slide it this way to get it through this cross member. So I think I say all that just to say, you know, if you, with this setup, if you have drive shaft issues, you're going to have to limp it and take it to, or get it towed, because to take the drive shaft out, you would have to remove these bolts here that hold this whole back assembly onto the chassis, drop this so that the center section angles down, and then jack up both sides of the frame so that this starts to slide down, and you can slide the drive shaft over the center section and get the slip yoke out. So there's not much option we can do here, and we don't plan on having any trouble with this drive shaft or setup, so we're gonna roll with it. So next, we got the gaskets for the tank, and I'm going to install the tank and put in the sending unit. I added a return line, so then we got to figure out where we're going to put our fuel pump and Corvette return this is out. Anyway, one is return, one is goes, so it maintains the EFI pressure. So so we got new gaskets for the, I guess they're gaskets, protectors for the tank straps, and the gasket that goes on top that protects it if it spills. So we're making some progress, and I'm very happy to get back on this. The Barracuda, I think she has some lower control arm bushing issues. When we got back from Iowa, even on the ride back from Iowa, it just seemed like it was all over the road. So have to repair those. When I did just a simple check on toe in, toe out, looks like it was towed out by a little bit, which explains the wandering. But so either something loosened up and backed out, or the lower control arm bushings, but I believe that is a known issue for the control arm bushings. So I'm gonna go. It doesn't cost that much, it's just work. So all right, so next we tackle this. All right, so here's my little test mock-up. Fuel pump, filter, and pressure regulator. And then here are my fuel lines from the tank. So I could go from here to here and probably have a big filter, not a high filter, but I guess a low pass or high pass filter, just to get the big chunks out, whatever that is. But my question, I guess, is this too close to the tire? Is there going to be issues with that? Do I need to shield it maybe? Thoughts? shot without the lights. There you go. And here is the bracket. So everything's mounted, and it curves with the frame. And so, yeah, should work fine. All right, so things are progressing. I got the lines. Now ignore the return line. I know that's not an EFI fitting. I just wanted to put something on there to test. It comes around, and then I need to put fittings on this connection. This is NICOP hardline, and then it comes around, comes through here, just like the brake line, but on the other side, and then goes up and fastens there. So I still have to get the connection on the top side, but this is looking pretty good in my eyes. All right, so next on the 67 Corvette is battery. The battery tray would normally go here, and we are gonna go here, but we're gonna try to put it more in this pocket. Jeff bought a smaller size battery with the same cranking amps, and actually more cold cranking amps. It's a little smaller design, and so with most of the parts on this car, they're missing. So next I'm gonna try to make a custom battery tray. Here's the mounts for, there's two bolts. I'm going to make a bracket that kind of goes up and comes over, and then I'll have a tray on top of it, and then there are two nuts on this side that I can build a platform to hold the other side of the tray, and then build a custom tray on top to fit on there. So first things first, I'm going to make this L bracket, and I'm going to make it sit up above the rail, number one, so that I can put the bolts for the tray down and not have it hit the frame or anything. Kind of just keep it up above maybe go half an inch above the frame rail. I've got plenty of room up here. I think this battery should fit fine, but so I'm going to mock up a bracket. All right, so here's basically what I came up with as a rough draft. So these two holes go right here, and I can mount those. I'll do that now. So then it's gonna kind of come up. You see the flap, so I can bend it so that it's level. And then it has basically two spots up top for the tray to go that way. So I'm going to make this out of some fairly thick steel because it's got to hold everything up. Not super thick, but let me see what I got for stock. So it's going to basically sit like this. This flap will not be here, but I just bent it so that it could, I could put it back in place. And then you can see the two holes will be the mounting screws. And I'll probably do some sort of dimple die to recess them so that these bolts can go in and not touch the battery. And the battery is smaller than this box, so, and it sticks in further. So I'm hoping I can build this battery box so that it is not using this little section here, and it'll be just a much smaller tray. All right, so here's the bracket in place. I'm pleased with it. I think it'll do what we need it to do. I may have to re-drill the holes on the top. Right now they kind of go in line with the fender, but I don't know if I'm wanting to go in line with the fender or to go straight out to the car, but to the fender, straight that way rather than, because it's kind of at an angle. But if I need to make adjustments, that's fine. I just wanted to get it this in place. It's high up so I can get bolts underneath it or nuts underneath it. So now I'm going to build the brackets on this side. And I need to think about this for a second. I mean, do I want to just put a bracket up there to hold it? Is it enough angle that, or make a triangle type brace similar to the bracket on the other side that's gonna come up and out and then have, you know, I don't know, is that a gusset that's gonna hold it in place? Because that's a little further of a stretch on that side, but maybe not. I think I'm gonna try the bracket first, just a straight bracket from this back hole up to the right height and make it all level and just see how strong it feels. All right, so I think I got the brackets basically set up the way I want them. I may make some improvements on the way they look so that they match a little better, but I'm ready to start working on the box. So I've cut out the basic outside template, and let's see if I can do this without. It fits width-wise fine. And then, so this is the inside of the battery, and then I have these tie downs that are going to go here. So I kind of want to make it not do a 90. I just kind of want a gradual, and then I'm bringing some of the metal out. I'm going to see if I can kind of shape it the way I want. So then I would cut along this line, take out that little piece, cut along here, and then kind of go up to here and then back and cut, and then make a cut here so that I can fold this side up, cut here so I can fold this side up, and then what's left, kind of make it shape into a nice curved thing. And so I'm gonna give that a shot. Also, I cut this one at an angle because this is not, I don't want this to be 90 degrees up. So that way I can kind of make it curve and fill in the gap. So there's that. All right, so there is a rough cutout of what I was talking about. So with this, let me show you. So this should fit like so. And there, like that. And then it's got a little clearance on both sides. So there is some shimmy right to left, and then drill a hole and maybe weld a nut on the bottom side so you can just screw it down. And then do the same thing on the other side. One obvious note is to weld up these gaps and kind of clean it up a little bit and clean up the edges and, you know, get it straight. So, and you can see how well that turns out. All right, so I wasn't pleased with the last one. I wanted them to be, you know, when you look at the bolt holes on the top of the battery tray, I want it to look like a rectangle. And basically I was making the bracket to be the same length. I don't even know where it is. But anyway, I didn't like it. So I'm making a new one. And before I cut it, I'll just show you. I basically made it out of cardstock, and I had both the ends built and even bolted it up and had it kind of duct taped because I had made changes, and then I would just duct tape it back. Duct tape was available. So then this is going to be the main piece, and then I will weld ends on it. So I've traced it out, and I'm going to take my death wheel, and I will have to draw a line, make a cut, and then fold it, and then weld it up, but I'll show you that. Oh. All right, so I wish I brushed it with POR 15 and chassis paint, and I wish I would have kind of cleaned it up a little better, but it is just a battery box, and it's strong, so I'm gonna put this in and see what it looks like. All right, there's what it looks like in and tighten down. And I'll show what it looks like from the up top side. All right, so here is the top side. And it's a battery tray. And here is the battery installed. So, I mean, it kind of keeps it away from the engine. We're talking about maybe building something that's going to block it off in the future. I don't know if you can see, there's these screws. Let me get the camera better. So if you look down there, you can see it's got the little clamps that catch to the flared out bottom part of the battery. So this thing ain't going anywhere. It is fastened in place, and it's got those, this might be easier to see. It's got the screw where you can easily add and remove the battery. So that took way too much time. I needed to use the roadkill philosophy of don't make it perfect, just get it running. This will structurally do what it needs to do. I can do some wiring now. So that's next on the list. You can take these off and start building out positive and negative wiring, ignition, all that fun stuff. So that is next on the list, and we are moving on.